Hello, everybody. LC Holt here, and this is my update for the week of October the 19th. Joining me here is my co-star in the upcoming film On Location, someone I just spent almost a month with, Mr. Chaney Morrow.
Hello, sir.
What's
Hello.
up? What's
What's
up,
going on,
buddy?
man?
How you been since I last saw you, which wasn't that long ago?
Feels like forever. No, man, I'm doing well. Doing well. Still coasting off the good vibes of the cast and stuff. I was getting by, man. Can't wait to see that bad boy come together.
Yeah,
See
I
our
know.
work. See our work on the screen.
I know, yeah. For those of you who don't know, Chaney and I just co-starred with a wealth of other really talented people. Amongst them, well, I mean, can we even name everybody? We have Ashton Rogers, we have Hannah Fearman, we have Caroline Van Natten, Kate Kiddo, amongst many other very talented actors and crew members in a horror film, written and directed by Jeff Seemann called On Location. We were in the tri-state area. That's up in Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, shooting that movie for about a month, which is part of why I haven't been doing any updates of late, because I've been busy working with this fellow right here alongside me, and those other people and many others that there's just too many to name. So we figured in this hour we would do one of two things for you guys. Number one, we're going to be talking about this upcoming movie On Location and giving you some ideas of what it was like to film it from two people who were behind the scenes on the set just about every day. And then number two, we're going to debut a little film game that Chaney really cooked up. And I began participating in, called Cinefreak, I think is the name we're eventually. Yeah. And we'll explain the rules of that. We'll play a couple rounds for you guys' enjoyment. Hopefully, it won't be like some of our castmates who lived in the house with us, who were like, just completely. As soon as we started playing, everyone just wanted to go somewhere else.
We figured out how to clear the balcony pretty quick.
Yeah, we just burst into a round of.
Start playing, yeah. Just start playing the game.
Which is a really fun game if you're really into films, whether it be horror films or any other film. Probably not so fun a game if you're not that well versed in actors and directors and things like that. So I guess we could go and demonstrate the game for a couple rounds here, and then we'll jump into some On Location and kind of go back and forth. How's that sound?
Sounds great to me, man.
But first, Chaney, I'm going to let you, who really you're the creator of Cinefreak, I'm going to let you explain the rules of this game to the audience.
And I suppose I can't take all the credit for the game, because that was, I guess technically it was something my father used to do with me when I was young. And it started out as, he'd say a line, "What's that from?" Or two actors, "What were they in?" And I kind of built on it over the years. Essentially, you want to start off with two actors. Let's just as an example, we start off with two actors. You could say Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. Now, I know you know what that is right off the top of your head, but say I ask a question and LC didn't know. He has the choice of three hints, and the hints themselves can be another actor, the director, a very, very mild plot point, and we're talking just a couple of words, not somebody hijacks Alcatraz. That would give it away. So if you want another actor, you can say David Morse. Okay, give me another actor. Tony Todd. Who was the director? Or who was the producer? So on and so forth. But once the third hint is given, you are then on a time constraint to answer the question before you lose said question. So if I said, okay, Michael Bay directed it, you got, say, 15 seconds to answer, or you just don't get it.
Yeah. All right. So that's sort of the idea of for those of you who are watching, that's what we're going to be playing. And you'll catch on once we start doing it. And this will, I'm sure, become a new sensation as soon as this show goes on to YouTube, of people playing this game everywhere.
There's a little TM at the top of it, too, so nobody get wise.
That's right.
That's trademarked. Right. There's proof of it right here.
That's right. We're owning this shit right now.
Mattel's going to sweep in and clean us out.
I know. Yeah. God damn it. So, do you want to start, or do you want me to?
I do. I got one. I thought of a really good one.
Okay.
And do note that a few actors in this film were in another movie together. And that's something I haven't really addressed yet, because a lot of people end up in the same movies. But this is a good one. This is a good one. And we'll kick it off. Mr. Holt, Alec Baldwin, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay, Alec Baldwin and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay, give me the director.
That is a good question. I just realized, I'm like, oh crap, I didn't verify the director on that. Let me throw you another actor.
Okay.
And then while I research the director real quick. It's an amateur move that I just made, but I did realize, I was like, oh my goodness, if he asks I won't be able to say it with confidence who the director is. So okay. The director, I don't believe, will give too much of a hint, but that's a freebie. Do you want the director? Or you want another actor?
I guess I already said it. So yeah, give me the director.
His name is Brian Gibson.
Yeah, that's absolutely useless.
Yeah, it doesn't ring any bells with me either, dude.
All right. Give me another actor.
Okay. And all right. I said Alec and Levitt, so I will throw Anne Heche.
Interesting. Oh, and we all should also say these are only movies, not TV shows, guys.
Yes, strictly movies. Yes, strictly movies.
Okay, Alec Baldwin, Anne Heche, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes, directed by
someone no one's ever heard of.
Mr. Brian Gibson. Yeah.
The guitar guy. It's the guitar.
I was about to say the guitar maker. He likes movies too.
Yeah, I think he was a Beach Boy. Let me see. Alec Baldwin, Anne Heche, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm trying to think of has Anne Heche been in anything since 1999?
Free hit, just to be fun. Definitely before 99.
Yeah, it would have to be, because when you say Anne Heche, it's not.
I think she was talking to aliens post 99 or something.
Yeah, she lost her Anne Heche marbles. All right, so one last clue. Give me a plot point.
Very important trial.
The juror.
Boom! There you go.
All right. So I got it. I got it in the time, certainly within the 15 seconds. So how it works now for you guys is now I have to choose one of those two actors that you started with, Alec Baldwin or Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then add another actor, and that becomes the next round.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to say, it's hard when you play with someone like Chaney who knows a lot of movies too, because you can't.
Hey, vice versa, sir. Vice versa. You stumped me quite a few times.
Yeah. So that becomes a little more tricky. Alec Baldwin. Okay.
And Alec's a worker too, boy. He's been in all kinds of shit.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin is definitely the most obvious choice. Though Joseph Gordon-Levitt of late, man, he really.
Oh yeah, he's been knocking it out, dude. He's been knocking it out of the park for you. That Levitt's terrific.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say. Oh man, I'm so afraid you're going to get this one right off the bat. And I'm going to go with it.
Okay.
I'm going to go with it. Alec Baldwin and Nicole Kidman.
Malice.
Oh, how did you get that so quickly, man?
God damn, I was thinking of this the other day. I'm like, man, a good one. I thought of Malice to give you, and I was going to say George C. Scott and Tobin Bell. And then good. Bill Pullman and ease into it. No shit. Yeah, Malice. Let me tell you something. I am God.
Do you remember that? That had the most awesome trailer. Do you remember it? because it was like the three skulls, X-rayed, and then they slowly became Bill Pullman and not Anne, God knows, Nicole Kidman and Alec Baldwin, and they had that great scene where Pullman's in the elevator and he's like, "Speak of the devil," and then
the devil appears.
The devil appears. Yeah. Great trailer.
Yes.
Okay, well, you got that one really quick, man.
Good.
Okay,
All
so
right.
That's 1-1. We're doing good. Should we do say 4 or 5 and then do some on-location talk and then go 4 or 5? All right. Okay. So we got 2 down. It's your time to go, and you have Nicole Kidman, I suppose, right?
Yep. Let's go. Miss Nicole Kidman and Michael Rooker.
Nicole Kidman and Michael Rooker. All right. What decade was it made?
90s.
Okay. Give me another actor.
Randy Quaid.
Oh, yeah. God, what was the name of that? Flesh and Bone?
No, but you're in the right time frame.
Okay.
I think Flesh and Bone was James Caan, Dennis Quaid, and Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so Michael Rooker, Nicole Kidman, and who was the other actor?
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid. Oh, Randy Quaid, yes.
Yes. Randy, yes. The crazy brother.
Right. I got my Quaid up there for a second.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, Randy Quaid, Michael Rooker. Okay, give me a mild plot point.
Ooh. An intense rivalry featuring like a veteran and a newbie. I guess let's keep the newbie part, but I wouldn't say the film's based upon an intense rivalry. It's a newbie in a very very fast-moving world.
See, Michael Rooker is a tough one too because he was in just about everything.
Yes, a lot of shit. And we got 1 hint left, and you'll get it. You just got to ask the right hint.
All right. Who was the director?
Tony Scott.
Oh, Days of Thunder.
Boom! There you go.
All right. Boom. Yeah, you were right on the Tony Scott. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had now. Did we ever define whether you could use some of the actors that were part of the clues, or did you have to stick to the first 2? Just out of curiosity.
What do you mean?
Like if I asked for 3 people there, right? Or I got to add the 2 people, and then I asked for another actor. So could you use the other actor, the one that you asked?
That's a good. I don't see why not.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
All right. And the reason I said that
you could definitely use one of the hint actors to prolong the chain if you want. That's cool. That's cool with me.
Got you. Okay, so that is our 3rd round. Okay, I got one. Michael Rooker and Ellen Barkin.
The Pacino flick. The hell was it? Because Goodman was in it too. Sea of Love.
There you go, man. You are on fire.
Woo! Sea of Love. Yes. Rooker was a wild bad guy in that, man.
He was, yeah. Which I love that movie. It was written by Richard Price, who I really like the screenwriter. He's a novelist too, and he's continued to write. Like he was a big influence writing wise. He did a lot of The Wire, which was a great show, and he wrote the book and then made the movie Freedom Land, with Sam Jackson.
Oh yeah, and Julianne Moore, yeah.
And I
was not a big fan of that one.
he wrote a lot of films in that time period. Like he wrote, well, I shouldn't say because I might use some more Richard Price movies, but you guys should check out the work of Richard Price, the screenwriter. Great
especially Sea of Love's a hell of a movie.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it.
I've always Richard Jenkins too. Richard Jenkins is in there.
Yeah.
Back before he really kind of became the go-to character man, like for everything, because he's great.
There's a great bit of trivia on Sea of Love where they didn't close off the street for extras in New York, and at the end of the movie, when Pacino is kind of walking quickly alongside Barkin, trying to talk to her and get her to calm down and everything, there's an extra that just straight up, and it wasn't an extra, he was just a guy on the street in New York who just slams into Pacino and he keeps going. And Pacino's reaction in the shot is totally natural. That was actually his reaction to getting smacked, but he just stayed in character, man. It was straight up like Dustin Hoffman in Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah, I'm fucking walking here.
Yeah, because everybody thought that was in the script, but it wasn't. He really almost got hit by the taxi cab. Yeah. He stayed in character and yelled that, and then "I'm walking here" became, this one of his lines.
The piss right out of it too, boy. Hey, are you blind? I'm walking here.
Straight up stayed in character.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I believe it's your turn, sir, and then we'll talk some on location.
All right. I got Ellen Barkin here. Let's go Ellen Barkin and Don Cheadle.
Ocean's 13.
Shit. That wasn't what I intended.
Okay.
But since I hadn't seen Ocean's 13 and I wasn't aware, I mean, I feel obligated to let it count because I did not know about that one.
Right.
So yes, we'll call it Ocean's 13.
See,
I had no idea.
We're doing like because I said that because it popped into mind because Ellen Barkin and Al Pacino are together in that as a couple again.
Oh, no shit. See, I said I haven't seen it, man.
Yeah, because Pacino is the villain in Ocean's 13, and Ellen Barkin is like his right hand. He's like a big shot in Vegas, and she's his right hand person, So it's kind of like a Sea of Love reunion.
Okay. Well, that's good. I call it, man. That's good. You're good.
See, we're just kind of developing our little proto game here. Mm-hmm. We're addressing issues as we come across them. So we're just doing it with everyone watching.
Yep.
So anyway, before we go into the next bit, let's talk a little bit about the film On Location. It's secretive, as most films are nowadays, in certain elements. I think there are things that we certainly can talk about the plot. The plot, based on stuff that's already been released, is about a group of people who start a company called Terra Trips. And the idea is that they go around to famous locations that were used in horror films. There you go, cruise shirt. I got one too, man. We should have coordinated. Terra Trips goes to Camp Crystal Lake, Burkittsville, the Abaddon Hotel, Monroeville Mall, amongst others. That's as much as I can read on the shirt there. But hell, Terra Trips. And both Chaney and I play members of this group. And we go to one particular location, which may or may not be a little more than we bargained for. And I think that's probably about as much as we can go into the plot without getting into spoilery type stuff. Like we said before, is a great cast. It was a cast of people that we lived with there in Kentucky.
Florence, y'all.
Florence, y'all, Kentucky. We had an Airbnb there, and part of the COVID requirements for film now is, that the core actors have to go back to a single isolated location. So you're sort of quarantined with other people that are not infected. And that's kind of how they keep stuff from getting out of hand on sets and keeping people from going all over the place and getting it and spreading it and stuff like that. So we wound up kind of quarantined on and off the set with many of the actors that we worked with in a house there. And it was definitely probably my most pleasurable experience in a long time off the set of the film. On the set was great. I enjoyed working with Jeff very much. But off the set was just as much fun, and that's not always the case on films. So that's sort of my 2 cents. Chaney, what was your overall sort of impression when you heard you were going to be living in a house with a bunch of crazy actors and you're also going to be working with them every day? Were you excited by that? What was your thoughts?
I was a little scared, but only because I was worried about how they would tolerate my craziness.
Mhm.
You know, but no, ultimately, I couldn't agree more, man. Every day on set was a pleasure, and I almost looked more forward to just being back at the house with everybody. And the best part about that situation was that it really built chemistry because, and though there were, an assortment of people staying there, it did build a chemistry between certain people, certain actors, like I loved it. I loved that that's how it went down. And aside from, the constant COVID testing and stuff like that, which is necessary, it's a pain in the ass, but it's necessary. You gotta play by the rules, man. Aside from just that, like the driving, to and fro from that, like I've got absolutely nothing negative to say about the experience. Hannah Fearman, we stayed with her. Elsie and I were there. Carol Ann Van Nett and Kate Kiddo. And at one point, Felissa Rose, Ashton Rogers, Zach. I can't quite pronounce his last name. It was complicated to look at. I was like, oh shit. We all kind of ended up at one point. We're like, hey, we're all being tested, man. Well, you can crash here too, And it turned into a. Yeah, man. I got absolutely nothing negative to say about it. Like, I don't know what I had more fun doing, the filming aspect or just being with the cast, eating dinner and shit, playing the movie game, and getting to know people like Hannah Fearman. She's an absolute pleasure to talk to, hang around with. I mean, I can't say enough good things about her. Carol Ann Van Netten was kind of like the alpha dog of that fucking house, man. Like she was an absolute doll. Kate Kiddo is fantastic, and people when they see this movie, they're gonna fucking know those names. Like they're gonna remember both them names when they see this movie. I had a wonderful time, man. Like I can't speak highly enough of it. It was transitioning from that back into daily life that was ultimately the only disappointment I felt. It was like, oh shit, the fun's over. We all go back to our fucking corners of the United States. But we've all managed to keep in contact and stuff still. And that just goes to show, how fun, how important that was to us.
I agree totally, especially with with the bonding stuff and everything. And it is it's always a good sign, but it's a bit of a bummer, a bit of a sadness, when you're kind of sad to be away from the house and the set when it's over with. It's a good sign in so much as, wow, this was a project that was really personally affecting and worthwhile. And as you know, not all sets are like that. Sometimes it's like horrendous conditions. You don't like the people, or the people don't like you, or whatever. You have to deal with the egos, which are always a plenty in the film business. This was like a fantastic experience. We often related it to being like the real world Kentucky. But it was all like the very special episodes where people were fighting. All of that cut out. It was just like the parts where people got along and hung out in the real world. That's what was going on, on the set of On Location. And so, yeah, I mean, there's so much that we could talk about about our cast members. I do want to say that we were in Florence, Kentucky, not far from the ARC experience. Which, for those of you who don't know, there in Florence, you have it's Ken Ham territory. So you have the Creation Museum, and then you have this thing called the Ark Experience, which is quite literally a giant fucking Noah's Ark. They built Noah's Ark there in Kentucky, and it's a museum, and you pay a lot of money, even though it's subsidized by the state. They still charge you a lot of money, and you go in there. And you learn about how there were indeed dinosaurs on Noah's Ark. And that's sort of the thing that they're pushing is like, this explains dinosaurs in the Bible. They were on Noah's Ark. That's sort of their angle. And the Airbnb where we were living was clearly either owned by people who worked at the Ark experience,
Yeah.
or that there was so much fucking Ark stuff in that house, which it was a great house and it provided us good shelter and heat and cool and everything. But there were, Arks everywhere. There was a video library full of Ken Ham debates with Bill Nye and everything. So they're really kind of pushing the Ark experience on us.
Oh yeah, that was the scariest part about the only scary part about the house was this little room in the basement. You walk, it's like a laundry room, and you find it, and it's just filled with DVDs. And you're like, oh shit, cool. You start looking, and it's like Jesus and the dinosaurs on the Ark. This is why dinosaurs make sense. Blah. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like, just give me a fucking DVD, like a movie.
And there were even like corresponding things. Like there was a DVD of the Bill Nye and Ken Ham debate, and then there was like a book, the companion book. So in case the DVD wasn't enough, you could sit down and read this book, and you're like, who wants to read that book? Yeah. But the cool thing about the creepy room in the basement was it allowed me to commandeer the basement, which is where I wound up living the whole time I was there, which was great other than one thing, which is the fact it did not have a door. So if you belched in the living room, I could hear you, which made sleeping a little difficult sometimes, I will admit. But had it had a door on that basement, man, it would have just been absolutely perfect. But the experience of living there was great if you could get past all the Bibles in every room,
Yeah, like it was like an overabundance of the stuff. Like it was so obvious. You know what I mean? Like so obvious. Like, come on, we're just trying to crash and hang out, man.
Yeah, it was to the extent where you felt like if you opened the closet, like a ton of miniature arcs would flood out onto you. No pun intended. But anyway, so we talked a little bit about our castmates, and we'll jump into some more Cinefreak here, and then when we come back, we'll talk about some of the on-set shenanigans. Why don't we do that? Some of what it was like to actually be on the set of the movie.
Sounds great.
So whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
You got. No, we left off with Sea of Love.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I got that one, and you used.
And then we got the last one we did was I said Ocean's 13.
That's right. Okay, so now I got to use. Oh no! Now it's your turn. Yeah, you got it. You got.
That's right. I have to use Don Cheadle in something. Okay.
Fantastic actor, by the way. Don Cheadle fucking rocks.
Yes. Yeah. And naturally, the first things that come to my mind with Don Cheadle are things that are so obvious. So, I mean, you're going to get this one instantly if I say it. Okay. Let's see if I can be. Okay. Okay, we'll go with this one.
All right.
Don Cheadle and Albert Brooks.
Ooh, shit, that's a good one. Because Albert Brooks has been in a whole. Well, it's usually him behind the camera. So that's good. All right, give me another actor.
Ving Rhames.
Oh, that's I love Ving Rhames. So Ving, Don Cheadle, and Albert Brooks. Fuck, man. All right, give me the director.
Steven Soderbergh.
All right, that narrows it down a little bit. Albert Brooks, Ving, and Don Cheadle in a Soderbergh movie. Out of sight. Fuck!
You got it.
I should have known that shit. Because Albert Brooks, I actually prefer him in those smaller supporting roles, like Critical Care. He just knocks it the fuck out of the park, man. He's so good in the smaller roles. The Albert Brooks wrote and directed movies. Yeah, they're good, and he's got scope. But I prefer him more as an actor than a writer.
Well, yeah,
like in the movie Drive, I thought he was fabulous, like a fucking fabulous bad guy.
great.
He made Ron Perlman look weak.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, like he was off the hook.
He was a great bad guy in that, and yeah, Albert Brooks is a great actor. Just on, I mean, Broadcast News is one of my favorite Albert Brooks performances simply for the scene where he can't stop sweating on camera. Like that cracks me up every single time. But anyway, so that gives you Albert Brooks and Ving Rhames.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna go Ving because I love me some Ving. Shit, and he's got a pretty wide resume himself. All right. Oh, I thought about this one today, man, and I know you've seen it. And Ving is in it, so I'm gonna go with that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. All today, I'm sitting here thinking of movies to throw out. Okay, so we'll go Ving Rhames and Tim Robbins.
Oh, interesting. Ving Rhames and Tim Robbins. So I would say it's a
fantastic movie.
Say that again.
It's a fantastic flick. Like I think you would like. You'll know it, but
yeah.
But I always really liked it. My dad liked this movie a lot when I was a kid.
Okay. Give me another actor.
Jason Alexander. Remember when you gave me The Burning with Jason Alexander? It totally fucking threw me.
Yeah. I think it was Jason Alexander and Holly Hunter, I think. Was the one.
Yes, it was. So we got Ving Rhames, Jason Alexander, and Tim Robbins.
Okay. Give me the director.
Shit. Adrian Lyne.
Oh. Ving Rhames, Tim Robbins, and who?
And Jason Alexander.
Was it Jacob Slatter?
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I love Jacob Slatter.
Yes, I knew you would. I knew you would.
I love that movie. It was such a mind fuck of a movie.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
It was like, and then they tried to remake it.
Yeah, I didn't even see it, man.
That's one of those.
Michael Ealy in it. Michael Ealy, he's a good actor, but I had no interest in seeing it. I'm like, because it wasn't even promoted. It just fucking appeared. Jacob's Ladder. I'm like, is this a remake? Oh, it's a remake. Why?
Yeah.
No, that's one remake I didn't understand. I'm like, why? That movie was one of a kind, you know, kind of on its own. It was one of a kind. And I was going to throw out Danny Aiello and like Elizabeth Pena and some other shit. But I figured once you heard the director, you would put those things. Because Ving Rhames was just a Vietnam buddy in the movie.
Yes.
He was just a guy in Vietnam. And Jason Alexander, you remember, he pops up here and there. And I think he still had hair at the time, too.
He did, yeah. He did. It's one of those movies. When you said Ving Rhames and Tim Robbins, I knew it was early '90s. It was just trying to go through and thinking, was Ving Rhames?
That's how it's done, people. You guys listen. That's how it's done. You got to correlate things, man. You got to put times together. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah,
we're not.
You got to know the phases of people's careers and stuff. You know, especially with character actors, people like Sam Jackson or Ving Rhames or people like that. You know, they definitely had a certain trajectory to their career, and I mean, you know. But anyway, so I have Jason Alexander and I have Tim Robbins. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. And again, these are actors that well, I mean, I suppose Tim Robbins more so, but there are interesting options there.
Many avenues you could take, because but the best part about a guy like Tim Robbins is, you know, he's not always a leading man.
Yeah.
You know, when they bounce back and forth, you got to think about the movies they led or the ones they just had, you know, character roles in.
And he was also a hella good director, Tim Robbins, and writer.
No shit.
Yeah. You know, he wrote and directed Dead Man Walking.
Fuck me. Yes, that's right. That's right.
with his
with
wife.
Susan, yeah.
Okay, I got one. Jason Alexander and Laura San Giacomo.
Is Soderbergh the director?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's technically a hint. I messed up by asking that one. Oh shit. Okay, give me another actor.
Julia Roberts.
Laura San Giacomo, Julia Roberts, and Jason Alexander. Who's the director?
Gary Marshall.
Oh shit, wait, this would be my final hint technically, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, so now you say Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
Then the timer starts. Okay, Gary Marshall. Julia Roberts. And Jason Alexander. And Laura San Giacomo. When Harry Met Sally?
Nope.
Never, technically, I've never really seen it. But that's not it, is it?
No, that's not it.
That's not even Gary Marshall, is it?
No, that was Reiner, Rob Reiner.
Correct.
I think I might have got you on one.
I think you did. All right, hold on. Oh, yeah. Well, hell, I'm out of time. I lose.
All right, ready? Pretty Woman.
Damn it! God damn it! What? Ah! I'll be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen that one all the way through. But that's on me. Gary Marshall, Joe Roberts should have fucking given it away. That's on me. Shit!
I thought for sure when I said Gary Marshall, I was like, oh, this is over.
Yeah.
But you can still get me, man. You can still get me.
I got one for you.
Okay.
And we've spoken about this flick, and so I know that you know it. Okay, Laura San Giacomo and Sean Patrick Flannery. Fucking
Sean?
Powder. Yeah, Powder.
Yeah, Powder. my favorite person in the world, Sean Patrick Flannery.
Get your fucking finger off me, Powder.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Let me guess. The Boondock Saints.
No.
Okay.
Couple years away, though. Couple years away. Right. Free hint.
All right. Laura San Giacomo and Powder. Give me another actor.
Dennis Leary.
Interesting. Dennis Leary, Laura San Giacomo, and Powder. And it's not Powder, because Dennis Leary wasn't in.
Yes, it's not Powder.
I should be more adverse to this douchebag's career.
Don't worry, there's only a few on there most people care about. So. Yeah.
That's why
you already came to one. You already came to one.
I said, what, two? A Powder and
two, yes.
Okay, give me a plot point.
Couple, some fellas get in way over their head without knowing the facts.
Judgment Night?
No, but I love that movie.
Always. Yeah, Laura San Giacomo wasn't in that.
No, she wasn't.
Nor was Powder.
Yes, he was not. He was cruising tail at a campus probably at that point.
He was perfecting his John Bon Jovi hair.
Yeah.
Seeing if he can squeeze into those tight jeans and the leather jacket. Okay, so I have one last clue. Okay, give me the director.
Shit. I knew you would ask this. Okay, I'm going to start the 15-second mark as soon as I say it, okay?
Okay.
Peter O'Fallon.
Peter O'Fallon.
Wrote and directed.
San Giacomo, Powder. I think you might have got me. Okay, yeah.
Suicide Kings.
Fuck me, we did talk about that.
I know.
Oh man,
It's filled with good people. Giacomo, and I was going to say Cliff D. Young. You remember that guy? Yeah, you don't see him a whole lot anymore.
Yeah, he's sort of like Paul Calderon, who was in everything for a while, and now where the fuck is Paul Calderon?
Hey, did you know he was supposed to be? He was the front runner to play Jules in Pulp Fiction.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Oh, and Jackson had to fly from New York to L.A. when he heard this shit, and he had to get back with Quentin to convince him that he was Jules.
Yeah.
And I guess it worked, but Calderon got shafted and ends up as the fucking bartender.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say he had to settle for the bartender.
Yeah. Which is a bummer, but he's still awesome. Like Calderon's always a hell of a supporter. You don't see him enough, man. Out of Sight, he was in that.
Yeah. He was the cop or in every other movie there for a while. And particularly if they starred David Caruso, it would be David Caruso and then Paul Calderon would be in there somewhere.
Yep.
Which, it's amazing. Because you think of what that role could have done for Paul Calderon's career what it did for Jackson's.
Exactly. I guess Jackson gave a great read, but Calderon fucking gave a hell of a read. And when the buzz got back to Jackson that he was thinking about someone else, like he had to go flag Tarantino down. Yeah. But like, no, I am fucking Jules. And I get it. That's the business, and I don't know who would have been better at the part ultimately. But I love Jackson's performance as Jules. It's his best, man. But who knows what Calderon's really capable of because we haven't seen him, like he hasn't been given the shot yet.
I would love to see his version, but I mean, that is so indelible, the Sam Jackson Jules with the Jerry curl wig and the way and the cadence of his voice and how that fits into the dialogue. And it's hard to imagine.
It is. But
anyway, I think that concludes one round. I shot you a straight jab and you responded with a right hook. And now
it's Sam Giacomo, man. She fucked us both up.
I know. We're both we're both taking lumps from Laura. But anyway, why don't we jump over into a little bit more on location talk, and then we'll try to both redeem ourselves in the next Cinefreak round.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Okay, so on location on the set was quite an interesting experience because this is the first film I think both of us have done where the COVID requirements were in full effect. There was a lot of social distancing. I don't know, how did you react? Because we came to the set and often I did not have a car because I am not local to the area. So I rode with you many times to the set when we were working on the same day. And the first thing we did when we arrived is we took a temperature check with the on-set medic. And we usually had to show her our negative test results for that week because we had to get tested twice a week, being on the film as much as you and I were. Let me tell you, that place that we went to get tested, fantastic speed. And as long as you didn't get the dude nurse, you were golden. Did you ever get the dude?
To swab?
Yeah.
No, never did.
That dude tried to enlarge my nostrils. All the women were the ladies
gentle.
Were great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very gentle. I had the same lady every single time, actually. And the same little blonde girl every single time.
One of the things I was very relieved with was the place we got tested was very quick, in and out, a bit of the old and out. And they did not put it all the way up to the back of your brain, the swab. This was halfway up both nostrils. So that was nice. There was someone I was talking to the other day was talking about they even have a test now where they have you spit on something, but you have to get as much out as you can, which sounds to me kind of miserable. I would rather have halfway up the nostril than try to spit.
It sounds odd to me. I'm like, damn, I got to do all this just to tell you I got a deadly virus. It must be pretty fucking deadly. You got to strike my brain and I got to hawk into it. Like usually, I mean, you just draw some blood and tell me if I got it. But
yeah.
I thought they were going to start going for our buttholes or something at some point. Like, oh, well, now we got a swab in your ass. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
And then that's when it becomes one of those things where there's a little cloud of dust and then there's a hole in the wall shaped like your body running. But let's talk about the actual onset once we got our noses swabbed. But it was great in so much as a lot of the locations on the film on location were centralized. We were shooting in a place that had many acres, and it could double for many things depending on where you went within that property. So for independent filmmaking, that was wonderful because there weren't a whole lot of company moves, and the company moves we had were short. And usually, if we had really out of the way location, that would be a whole day. So you didn't do like a company move halfway through. But yeah, I mean, what was your reaction to sort of where we were shooting, the property we were shooting on?
When you're shooting outdoors, which I guess initially I thought would be like, sweet, we're shooting outdoors. It's this should be easy. But when you're outside, there are so many noises, especially where we were filming. So many noises between insects, birds, but anytime a car would come by, you got to rethink what the hell you just did, because what you just did when the car's coming by is shot now. So we got to do it again. But waiting on the cars in an outdoor situation grew frustrating. But I can't imagine it's the first time that's ever happened. So, you deal with it.
And what was kind of ironic about that too is we had one single 2-lane road, which seemed like it would not be that difficult near the set. And then what we ultimately discovered was that this road usually is not difficult, is not heavily traveled, but there was construction on another road which detoured the traffic down the road that we were filming near. And then when I finally found out that, I was like, well, no wonder this damn road is so unusually populated. It's usually not that.
Yeah. Anyone that's read Pet Sematary or seen either of those films like that, that's the road we're talking about. Like it's not a whole lot of like Priuses that drive down it. They're huge trucks. And when you see a film crew, everybody just wants to honk and shit. Yeah. So shooting outdoor near the road was only frustrating due to traffic, because you could be in the middle of a fantastic take or something that's really working, and then like, hold, you're like, shit, look, we lost it. Can we, but those were problems I didn't mind having, like I didn't mind having it because I come from the theater, so the more times we do it, the better it is, I think. So, if me and Hannah or me and you or anybody had to redo something because of noise, it only helped, I think, because there wasn't a whole lot of one-on-one rehearsal time, So I think that shit just kind of helped the scene, like in retrospect. It was a pain in the ass at the time, but let's say it would give you 3 or 4 more chances, within a scene to really, really fucking land it home, at least the best that you can do. And that's a positive of it, that was optimistic.
That was one of those things that, I definitely agree with you about the rehearsal thing, because I come from I started out in horror films, at least with Adam Wingard, working with him on quite a few movies. And the one thing about Adam is he is not a one-take guy. Adam likes a lot of takes. So I've sort of evolved to where if people want to do it many, many times, I do get better and more comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
And like you, I also come from a theater background. So the one great thing that theater has over film, even though my true love is certainly in film, because I haven't done much theater since I became a working film actor.
Yeah.
And the thing about theater that's great is you do get at least a month of rehearsal, and you discover all these things before you even put it on the stage. So you have the character developed. Only one time has a character ever developed for me while the show was going. And that was a really unusual situation. Basically, an accident on stage gave me a bit of inspiration, and I changed the character for the rest of the performances based on that in one particular show that I did. But that's very unusual. So that was, I actually agree with you about being forced to do multiple takes. That doesn't bother me at all, because I said,
me neither, man. That's what we're there for. Shit, they're like, I didn't come here to land it in one take and then fuck off for 3 hours, and wait to film the next one. We're like, I like the grit of it. I love the theater of it. And if you don't have those rehearsals, exactly like you said, man, the best part about theater is you get a full month sometimes to really embrace the text, the story, the characters, to make discoveries. But it was daunting, and it's always daunting when you show up on a film, because I never feel like I've thought it all out, like on my character's behalf, like every single film thus far. I never feel, I'm like, man, have I really thought everything out here? With theater, you can do that. And you have a director there every damn rehearsal, pointing you in the right direction. You following their lead. But in this, I feel like we were kind of left to our own devices a bit. And I love that.
I did like Jeff Seemann, the writer-director of On Location's approach to actors. He was a very good actors director, and I told him that myself.
Yes. I couldn't agree more, dude. He really was.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't necessarily, well, I won't say a lot of people, but there are certain directors who aren't interested in the actor so much. They're more interested in the frame or just doing what the script says simply to get to the visual aspect, so you don't have to worry about the acting, just do what it says in the script. Yeah. But Jeff was definitely big into making sure the characters came alive and were fleshed out and stuff. So that was nice. We're down to our last 9 minutes of the show. It's flown by. So I think we have time enough for a final round of Cinefreak. Now, what did we leave off?
I got you with Suicide Kings, and it was Flannery. Powder.
No. But
but if you don't want to lead with Powder, remember the hint I gave you, the actor names. I gave you
which
Dennis Leary. Dennis Leary. And who the hell else did I say? I gave you a plot point, an actor, and the director.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I gave you was
Powder.
That's yes. Yeah. No, the hint was Leary.
So yeah, the hint was Leary.
The hint you can.
Right. Okay, and I think I'm going to go with that in favor of Powder.
Cool.
I think we've done enough of Powder today, and it's Bon Jovi here. Okay, Dennis Leary. Here we go. Are you ready?
Bring it.
All right. Dennis Leary and Martin Sheen.
Thomas Crown Affair? Was Martin in that?
No.
Okay. All right, give me one more actor.
Okay. Campbell Scott.
I love Campbell Scott. I should narrow it down a little bit. Hold on. This might be one of his Campbell Scott's little indie movies. It's not Double Whammy.
No.
Oh, and also we must reiterate, you can take, how many guesses should we allow the person to take?
I think maybe one guess per clue.
Per
like
clue.
3.
Okay. So I said Double Whammy, and we got Campbell Scott, Martin Sheen, and Dennis Leary. Damn, Campbell usually sticks to himself. I actually like Campbell Scott. Some people say he's boring, but I mean, I like him. He is what he is. I like him.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah, Singles I grew up watching that movie. I loved Singles. All right, give me one more actor.
Okay.
from the High Plains, Janet. Sorry.
Okay, Andrew Garfield.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, you got it.
Fuck. Never saw it. Never saw that.
See, I knew you were going to
Is
get
that
it.
the one where Ricey Fonz and Jamie Foxx are the bad guys?
No, Jamie Foxx is in the second one. Ricey Fonz is in the first. He's the villain in the first one. Yeah, which is a little. It's a little tricky.
A little bit of it, but is Dennis Leary like a police chief or some shit?
He's Gwen Stacy's father. He's plays Captain Stacy.
Okay, so he's a cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
Martin Sheen was Uncle Ben, of course, and Campbell Scott was Peter Parker's father.
Okay. All right. Good. I got it. I got that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's all about the questions you ask, guys. That's the
right.
point of the game. It's all about what you ask. You can get the answers, but you got to know which questions to ask.
And I so did not want to say Andrew Garfield. I knew you were going to get that.
I had a feeling because I got his repertoire pretty cold in my head, you know, from when I first saw him. And he's a hell of an actor too, man. I think he's really good.
Oh yeah.
And I never saw Spider-Man, but I thought he was fantastic in The Social Network. The movie he did with Michael Shannon about the houses.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought he was great in that.
the two Amazing Spider-Man movies are very interesting because the Amazing Spider-Man #1 has the worst Spider-Man suit I think ever put to film. But then Amazing Spider-Man 2 has like my all-time favorite Spider-Man suit put to film. So it's
Jamie Foxx is returning as the guy.
That's what I heard, that they're going to do some sort of like a multiverse thing with all the Spider-Man.
Yeah, with Tobey and the other fella. Who's the other Spider-Man?
There's Tom Holland. And,
okay. They're gonna do one with Shannon and Garfield somehow. Yeah. I don't know. I read it somewhere. I'm like, shit. I'm so out of that Marvel game, dude. I don't know.
Well, you have a plethora of actors now to choose from.
Yes, I do. All right. You said Martin Sheen.
Mm-hmm.
First one, okay. Martin Sheen. All right, Martin Sheen and Alec Baldwin.
The Departed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Those are my two favorite characters in the movie, too, were both of those guys. Queenan and whoever Baldwin was, he was hysterical.
Now we've gotten back around now to Alec Baldwin. How did we get... Alec? It's very cyclic. Yeah. Okay. All right, I can work with that.
Damn, that was quick. That was quick, though, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, LC knows his shit. You understand? He knows his shit. If you're gonna play with us, bring your game.
That's right. Warning. Okay? Fair warning. We'll do a tourney. Cinefreak tourney. Okay. We'll do tiers and brackets and everything. All right, I got one. Alec Baldwin and Elizabeth Mcgovern.
She's having a baby?
God damn it, you're quick.
Boom! Yeah.
All right.
I had a feeling that you were going to go early Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
Like 80s, 90s Baldwin. I had a feeling, so I put my mind there. I thought you was going to say like Alec Baldwin and Ed Harris. Something like try to throw me with Glengarry.
Now the hard thing here is I don't think I remember any other movies that Elizabeth Mcgovern was in.
Again, and that's also why I got it.
Yeah.
So right. I'm like, hey, well, she wasn't such a name. She was only a name for X amount of time.
Yeah.
Said Kevin Bacon, it'd have been all over.
Oh God, yeah. I should have said Kevin Bacon for my own sake. All right, we got time for a couple more rounds. You want to try it, Mcgovern, or
shit?
Do you want to break our rules and pick another actor?
Okay, I got one. Elizabeth Mcgovern and Ken Wall.
And Ken Wall. Give me another actor.
Bill Pullman.
Spaceballs.
No. But it wasn't it was a few years after that. That's a free hint. And I don't know the director just yet, so give me a second to look that up.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, let me ask for a slight plot point, if I can spit it out.
Okay, the way to... Could I sum this up? It's... Okay, romantic. Now I'm trying to look for the director. Okay. A high school reunion can make things complicated. For romance. And I'll give you a free hint here. The director ain't gonna help anybody. Just saw his name. I'm like, shit. I don't know this guy.
Okay. Give me another actor.
This is the good one. Is this the third hint or the second one?
I think this is the third one, maybe.
I said Bill Pullman was the hint.
Yeah, and then the plot point.
And then the plot point. Okay, this will be the last one. Brad Pitt.
Mystic Pizza. Cool World.
Getting close. Same time.
I just don't know anything Elizabeth Mcgovern was in. Then she's having a baby.
Well, let's see. This was one of the only other things I knew she was in. That's why I used it.
Okay, what is it?
It's called The Favor.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It's look it up. I think it's probably forgettable. I just remember seeing my dad bought Entertainment Weeklies all through the 90s. So I would study those things, and I remember just seeing the poster for it. And it's Elizabeth Mcgovern, and I think Harley Jane Kozak, another name you don't fucking see a lot. Them two, and Ken Wall, Bill Pullman, and Brad Pitt, like on the bottom. It's like a romantic comedy thing. Like,
wow. Okay, so I gotta stump you with this one, and I have a couple options.
Did I say Ken Wall? Okay,
yeah.
Thank God. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I have Bill Pullman and Brad Pitt. I have Brad Pitt. Okay, last one. Here we go. Let me think for just a second. I knew it could not possibly be Cool World, but I just figured I'd throw that out there just for nostalgia's sake.
Hey, time-wise, it was right on there. Timeline-wise, it was before 7, before Brad really took off as a leading man.
Okay, I got it. Bill Pullman and Jodie Foster.
One more actor.
Richard Gere.
Oh, shit. Okay. Richard Gere, Jodie Foster. And Bill Pullman. Give me the director.
Okay, that I'm going to have to confirm.
Okay, disregard. If you don't already know, then I don't trust the hit. Just give me one more actor instead.
Oh my God, another actor.
Because it might be Brian Gibson or something you look at.
The other actor is Brian Gibson. No. See, that's even difficult too. Let me look. I gotta look it up to see. Because I don't want to be incorrect about something. I think it's right.
Bill Pullman.
Okay. All right. So for your second clue, did you want an actor or you want the director?
Second clue, give me an actor.
Okay. I was correct. He is in this. R. Lee Ermey.
Okay. Terrific. We got Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman, Jodie Foster, Arlie Ermey, and Richard Gere. You have one more clue.
All right, give me the director.
Oh, okay. Don't know how much this is going to help. It was directed by John Amell.
John Amell. Okay. Correct. Doesn't, but the timer started, so.
Yeah.
It's not The Accused.
No.
Okay. It's not Contact.
No. One more second.
My dad's gonna be so pissed. I don't got it. What is it?
Summersby.
Okay, thank God. Ooh.
Do you remember that movie?
No, I remember it. Yes, Richard Gere and his big fucking frilly shirt in the wheat fields and shit.
Right, yeah. He comes back and he pretends he's Jodie Foster's husband and he's not really and all that.
Summersby, motherfucker. I should have known by Gere and Foster. Okay, good. You got me.
But that's what's good about that is we have tied up this round. We both missed the same amount. So that means when we go round 2, it's going to be like a full-on rematch.
Yep.
Yep. Winner take all. Yeah. Yep. So anyway,
so it's like Ali Frazier going on here, man.
That's right. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching us play Cinefreak and talking about On Location. As we suggested before, we'll do this again some other time. But until I see you again, Chaney sees you again, I want to tell you all to make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a good one.